cheers. John Lindsay, you're the first one here. You're always the first. Thank you. One shot at a time. What's happening? Hey guys, I just decided to pop in and say surprise. Hi Slad. How's it going? I wanted to hang out. I know last week I jumped on to show you guys my shit show of my photo period bro. I'm still trying to bring it back, just so you know. Dada, what's happening, Dada? How you feeling? Saul Bunyan, cheers. It's good to see you. Middle of the damn day. What do you think about that? Yeah, I figure I'll wait a few minutes. I'm gonna smoke. I'm taking a break. You know, I just saw about Tim Curry, but I had seen yesterday about Dolly Parton, and it was really sad. And weren't they both like the same age too? Yeah, guys, don't forget to smash a like, even though I'm coming to you on YouTube vertical, which we know how I feel about that kind of stuff, doing stuff different. So, but yeah, Cool Birds Life Mary, how's it going? I'm glad to see you, and guess what? I can actually see you in the chat today. CC's, what's happening? What's the EOB? CC's Corner and EOB. Explanation of benefits? Sorry, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Damn, somebody riding around here crazy. I see Rob was in here in chat too. He's outside. He's actually, I think he's in the shop. So cheers to Rob. It's out there in the shop. I'm still be working on stuff. I don't know what he's working on. I really don't. Oh, it's supposed to be Rob. I don't know. I liked EOB, explanation of benefits. It like just seems to be bringing with something I was going with this morning. Tried to get explanations. Hey, I don't know if you guys saw that post that I made about the chloramine. And you know how I've been struggling to figure out my grow since I've lived in this house. I've had problems with every single grow. Some of it is my doing. Most of it's probably my fault. But there's something different here that we didn't have at the old house. So that's what I'm trying to sort. One of the things is the really high pH, which I knew about. I finally reached out to the water company yesterday, and I wasn't able to get everything that I needed. I would need a water test. But I did find out that they use chloramine here instead of free chlorine. Their water source does. And that was something I didn't know. And where we used to live was free chlorine. So for me to put water in a bucket and leave it out overnight or 24 hours, it was all good to go. But chloramine stays in for like days and days and days. Even the vegetable garden in the back looked like the water was too high. Yeah, it did, honey, it did. Like we managed to do really well. Yes, fish tank conditioner. I actually ordered, there's a bottle sitting around here somewhere. It's the Microbe for Life, but it's the water conditioner. I made sure, to get it, make sure I'm getting the stuff safe for plants. So that came this morning, and I've already used it. Not that I mean, God, this whole time I've been putting water in a bucket and the next day using it, thinking it was just free chlorine and it would just dissipate, I guess. So, and apparently this stuff can stay around for several days. So, but I do want to get our water tested overall, because then when I was doing the research about adding the droplets in for the water to get rid of the chloramine, I had read that if your water's too high in alkalinity, alkaline, however you want to say it, that had something to do with being able to pH it down. But yeah, if it was too high, that adding that stuff to it wouldn't be good necessarily. So then I'm like, well, great, how am I supposed to test for alkalinity at this point? Now I knew that all I had to do was drop in a little tiny little drop of the pH down, and it really, did what it was supposed to do. Well, that tells me that there wasn't as much stuff that was the cause of the high pH that would be holding holding the pH at a certain spot, because that one little drop did its thing. But I remembered that I had some test strips. So before I spent the money and bought that bottle of stuff, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be trying to put it in a real high alkaline water. So, and there's not a lot on here that was really good for me. I mean, I've already got 2 pH meters, but I obviously checked it against this. But the alkaline was fine. So I am able to use the drops, which I'm happy about. But this has been going on, like I said, every single grow in this house. And I know that bottom feeding doesn't help the situation because of the way it's set up. But the chloramine, when you put it in there, I'm not saying, I don't even know what the amount is. I'm not saying it's killing your biology, but that's what it does. It's a disinfectant.
Eventually.
So, and you know, I use Pro Mix with mycorrhiza. I add that to it, you know, with the worm castings. So, you know, you try to make your medium nice and healthy for the roots. And by golly, your chloramine is killing that shit. So that's not helpful. But that doesn't explain everything. A lot does have to do with the pH, feeding from the bottom, getting the salts built up in the medium rather. I'm still flushing. I've like flushed probably about 2 plants a day, and I like stagger them. And the humidity has like been crazy. So I turned off my dehumidifier for the moment so we could talk because it's loud.
And hot.
And hot, yeah, it does get really hot. Rob came in. You came in. That's so sweet. Yeah, don't open those teas. Freaking teas all over the place. Yes. And see, John Lindsay, one of the things I found out is Pro Mix is definitely different than cocoa. It's peat-based.
Totally different.
It's got some sort of lime additive. Like, it's made different. It's not cocoa. And a lot of people don't understand that. So it can be, I can do everything I want to do with it. Like I can feed Athena and be in Pro Mix and all that. But I didn't know I had the problem with the chloramine. And I never mastered the bottom water method. And it was usually because I didn't add enough extra perlite. So my medium would actually end up getting wet to the top, which was never good.
You go organic.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done, Rob, you want me to change when I got all that stuff back there and I have nowhere to put new stuff and we have no money for that because we're getting ready for more chicken stuff? Mm-hmm. So, just like I didn't do the water test. We need the water test. The cheapest one I could find was, I think it was $45, but like some of the stuff, if you wanted, it's an add-on, so that's really stupid. But that's something I would like to do. I would like to get a full analysis of my water. And we do have a filter, it's a whole house filter. It's just a carbon thing. A single carbon, but it's not one of those ones that could make a little bit of a difference. So, but it just sucks because, you know, I live out in the country and it's city water, trucked in or, you know, pumped in from God knows where. I can't remember what the report said.
Probably treated twice.
Oh yeah, this stuff does get treated quite a bit, and that's why they have to add chloramine to it. Mm-hmm. So, but if I'm not wanting to put chloramine water in my plants, why would I want to put it myself? And don't get me wrong, I actually don't drink my water. So, I use it for cooking and bathing and all that. But, no, I love water, but I do not like tap water usually. We lived in Cleveland, that shit was nasty. Or near Cleveland.
It's been months since I had water.
But
coffee, John, as close as I get.
If I wasn't feeding from the bottom and I was top watering and top watering the way I was supposed to be, it wouldn't be an issue. Poopy peanuts. Pop up surprise. Pro Mix specifically is, from more and more I've been trying to learn about it, I'm supposed to have runoff. With my Athena in Pro Mix, yeah. I'm supposed to have runoff. How many times do you think I let it run off? Usually only when there's a problem. And I need to collect a sample of something. But no, I do not normally water to runoff. And it would require me, of course, making up more water ahead of time, which that's not a problem. But definitely would be, I don't know, I'm just so used to watering like either every day if I'm watering lightly or every other day. And now I'm doing these big flushes, but every day I'm doing another flush because something else is dried back so I can do it. My numbers are getting to where they need to be. My pH is better. I'm still got a lot of, I started, instead of using the ppms, the meter also reads the EC numbers. So I started using that data instead. I just put it in the computer because I really don't know what any of it means. I just know that it's, if I'm putting it in a certain number and it's coming out double, then that's really not good. Curly, what's happening? Good to see you. All right, so the 3 love whips. God, they're day like 78 or some stupid shit like that.
You never guess that.
And they've been sick for probably a week and a half. I am starting to see signs, but you don't know. When I initially like look at these plants, you look at them, you're like, oh, Mary, just stop, start over, you know, whatever. I'm not that kind of person. There are photo periods and I have time to fix them, so I'm going to fix them. But they, you know, taking their time, but they're still really, they have the appearance on the leaves, like the worst leaves I removed, but they still, you know, you could tell they had the problems they had. And, but when you kind of open them up and look down in, there's green new growth and it looks better. So I'm hopeful. And if it was up to me, I would just like chop all that shit off. But that's really not the best time to do it when it's trying to recover from, you know, having these root issues. Whatever they, you
What's
know.
they gonna do? Hold it back another week? Big deal.
It is a big deal because they're solid plants and they're not huge, but they're beefy. And at their age, when I flip them to flower and they go to stretch, I'm going to be in trouble. So, and I don't like big plants. I really don't, especially not indoors. Can't handle it. I didn't like it outdoors either. I had to have a friggin' step ladder just to do anything.
Don't need big plants for big deal.
All right, so love whips. They're not in order as they usually are. This is love whip number 2 here. I actually, this one's been doing really good. I've been trying to use the little bud clips here and there because getting some tall shoots coming up. So you can see how some of the leaves are, you know, with the damage, and that's going to be what it is. Then you go down in here and there is new growth. It's green. It's pretty much in all of them. But this stuff here, I can't do anything about. But as you can see, I mean, she's still, I don't know, maturing. I would say growing, but I'd say maturing. Now, number 3, this was the sickest one. This was the absolute worst. And still looks pretty bad. Of course, since I flushed number 1, she looks bad. But again, get down in here in the canopy, and you've got nice green growth. And then back here, we have, number 1 just got her flush yesterday, so she's really not happy. She had some of the highest EC runoff out of them, which I was surprised. And she doesn't look too bad. I wouldn't say she's got much new growth, but she doesn't look too bad, I don't think. So, but anyway, they're trucking along. They're still in the game. They're embarrassingly ugly, but they're alive. And they're healthy. I mean, they're drinking this water every single time. Now this one I just flushed today. This is one of my autoflowers. This is Gelato OG. Because I knew she had a high runoff last time. They're younger, so they don't have the same problems. And I don't want them to get there. So I was trying to correct their medium. So I've been doing that. And then this one here, oh yeah, did I say that was Gelato OG by Seedsman? This one I did top because she was squatty, wasn't growing anyway, so I topped her because she already had a ton of bud sites. So she's just going to be a bunch of colas, you know, mean colas. And then back here is the G-Breath, my final attempt And she did get some early tip burn, so I'm happy about that. She went to flower early, but I'm happy with the fact that her side shoots are coming up nicely, pretty in line with things, which is the way I like it. So that's actually all I have since I killed all my other plants, believe it or not. Hold on. Get you guys situated. I don't really have a spot for you. I don't usually do this on my phone. Okay.
Why are you?
Yeah, Mink, it looks like you did. Actually, that might not have been a bad thing. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think
Don't poop on it.
yeah, they look better, Curly. They're better looking. They're improving. That's what I'm saying. I can tell they're improving, especially when I look into them. And I just, like I said, they got strong branching, just a strong trunk on all of them.
Thicker?
Yeah, but I can still use those little bud clips. I'm just trying
No,
to.
I mean the main.
Oh, the
Is it at
main.
least
The
getting
main is
thicker and
getting.
bigger?
Yeah, it's growing. That's what I'm saying. It's growing. It's just. It's growing against the buildup that was in there. So, but I do wonder what part chloramine has to do with it, because one of the things I think it makes people successful at growing is the life in their medium. I think that it makes a big difference, and I don't think you necessarily have to be an organic grower per se, but just somebody that believes in what happens in the root area and what needs to happen. Big Mo, what's happening? So
Don't look that bad. They're not dead yet.
no, they're not gonna be dead. I'm rehabbing them,
Mhm.
but it's just taking me so long, and it's really starting to piss me off because I'm not a very patient person, and I'm like, I gotta get those.
I was thinking the other day I probably would have just started over. Just me. Just me.
If it wasn't in the grow along, I might have. But the whole idea is I'm supposed to be shown what happens in an indoor grow, and this is an indoor
Yeah.
grow of mine.
Of course, that's when it happens.
You know what's funny, Curly? I actually have done a lot of trimming, not trimming on them, but definitely defoliation. I recently moved the worst of the worst leaves, the heavily damaged ones. So, and it's just a matter of like the little bit of layer underneath.
Well, that's
So it's
what
like, but
said,
I don't,
strip 'em.
I'm not stripping them. So, and I don't think anybody
Rid
should
of that
strip
ugly
them.
stuff. Yeah,
It's not a matter of getting rid of it. They're not recovered. Why do you want to put your plants through more stress?
Yeah, but those aren't producing leaves. They're damaged.
Honey, you're not understanding. I'm trying to make the plant happy. I don't want it to be
I'm
unhappy,
removing the
so I'm not going to push it.
damage stuff.
And the fact of the matter is, those leaves, as pale as they are, still have the ability to absorb light and use it and go through photosynthesis and do its thing. They're not dead. I removed the ones that I felt were dead and beyond use. And I don't see any reason for that. If the roots are struggling, we want to
Yeah.
give them the best chance by just giving them as much of everything that they need.
Maybe do one of them, not the other.
Could you shut that, honey? Poopy peanuts, we do stress plants, but I want to flip these into flower right away, as soon as I can get them healthy enough. And the thing that concerns me is I don't want to have herm issues because of all the stress and then flipping them into flower, like right away. Like I'm hoping to flip them into flower by Saturday. I just need to like a few more signs. They don't have to be, they're never going to be fucking green and lush before they go into flower. But I just want to make sure that I'm where I need to be, because that's a whole nother push we need to get ready for. So I say we. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I really did think about it a lot. But I was really mad at myself because I've been having trouble, and I keep telling Rob, I've been saying since we got here, we need to get our water tested. We need to get it tested. Did we get it tested yet? No.
You just got so
I
much
got
going on.
I know, it's always something. So it's like, damn it. It's on the list.
We'll
maybe
wait till
for
we're finally
Christmas.
out. out of product, they won't do it. It's too late.
Yeah, Curly, it's like I'm actually trying to be real, like I'm putting in how much each time I pour over, and with Pro Mix, you don't want to pour a bunch on. You have to go in slow, let it settle, do more so you don't collapse the medium and lose oxygen. So I'm putting in 100 milliliters at a time. Or not 100. What was it? A liter. Yeah. A liter at a time is what I've got going in. What is that? It keeps driving up and down the road. Sounds
Someone
awful.
without a muffler.
You know what, Maine? I recalibrated my pH pens yesterday. I use 2 now.
Even the mail truck doesn't have a muffler.
And Maine, I found my old EC whatever ppm thing. I don't know if it's really accurate. It doesn't have a cap on it, but it's better than nothing. So it's helping me do some things. But it's basically the same shit that was kind of happening last time, where I get to a certain part and because I was bottom watering, and it really comes down to the bottom watering and me not flushing accurately on the top, because
Yeah, but if that toxic stuff's building up and killing, it'd be a good thing in there.
well, let me say something,
It
because
takes
Maine tried to tell me this a long time ago about, and I always heard him, but I just didn't feel like I was in a position to do it, was flushing them. And with,
regular. Yeah,
with
yeah.
Pro Mix, you have to flush to run off.
Yeah.
Not a great amount, but it takes a lot of time because you can't just pour it right on. You really have to go slow with it. So yes, you were right, Maine. But I just like the convenience of bottom watering, and I want it to fucking work. Excuse me. Is that the first time I said fucking today, or the second now? But and Athena for the win too. And I mean, I don't know if you heard, I found I have chloramine in my water, and I didn't know that. And I've only been just like letting my water sit out like
We're
I normally
used to
do.
chlorine.
Yeah, we're used to
Fieldhouse.
free chlorine, not chloramine. And chloramine.
Big difference.
Yeah, I was gonna say what it had in it, but gosh, I put it on like a little thing and posted it because I'm never gonna remember all that stuff. So I had to make it a visual so I could go look at it when I need to remind myself. So, but yeah, it's a disinfectant.
Stronger one.
Yeah, we're gonna need, yeah, we're gonna do something, but we need to get our water tested too, because now remember I told you before, I wonder if we have high calcium too in our water. It'd be interesting to know that. Galaxy, how you doing? So that's what I would like to do for Christmas this year. I want to get my water tested.
Do you think everybody in here? I bet only 2% had theirs checked.
Well, no, most people don't
Yeah,
care
but
or
some
need
people are
to. They
using
don't have.
wells.
Listen,
Then you really don't know.
Linda. The fact of the matter is I was growing fine at the old house once I figured out how to fucking grow. Oops, see it? I gotta stop now. See, stop making me cuss.
Well, if you compare it up to main
No.
stuff, maybe not.
No,
Fine.
honey, I wasn't having these issues, these root zone issues, since like I've had them pretty much every grow since I've been here. It's ridiculous how bad it's been. So, and it's always the same kind of thing. And when I use the bottom watering systems is when I have the most trouble. Top watering, I have the least, except for then I get gnats. And then I'm always afraid, gnats are gnats and they're pain in the ass and you gotta get rid of them. But some of those gnats aren't gnats, they're fucking thrips. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Adult thrips, they look the same. You're not gonna tell. Nobody's looking that close.
They fly the same.
Yeah, so, and I get really upset because I've had thrips and killed some shit. I've killed some shit. Someone say Carl is here. I miss Carl. I miss somebody. Anyway, but yeah, so, I'm not sure if you saw my plants. They're recovering. There's green growth underneath the canopy now. And I think I'm close to gonna flip them. And they really got to go. They're going to be like 80 days or 81 days or something. So I'll tell you what, Rob, I have the Pro Mix. I almost want to up pot them now. But they would have to go into 10 gallons. Because one's in a 7, the other in 5. Well, I know, but I'm just saying because I like the idea of them having that fresh medium to grab onto. Because they've just had a shit show of a time for the last week.
Just keep
He's
them
like, no,
healthy
don't use
and
it.
keep
You're
them
right.
small.
Yeah, keeping them healthy is going to be the hard part.
Yeah. Just keep them
But
slow.
I'm going to keep doing it the way I'm doing. It's just I can't set up enough water to do um, runoffs like all the plants. Not to mention it, if I'm going really slow,
You got those cool pans.
I'm going really slow in the Pro Mix doing it. It's, I mean, you should see me. I'm sitting here at my desk, go over and, pour a thing in, a liter in, really
Why
slowly.
don't you use that electric
Have my little
pump?
cup, please. And then I have my cup, and then I set it underneath for a sample, and then, because I don't know when it's going to come out, because if I'm running off, I'm going to fucking check the runoff. So, come over here and do a little work, and then I look, and there's nothing in the cup yet. And so, like 15, 20 minutes later, I get up and take and put another cup over. I know, I know.
I'd use
Go
electric
for the
sprayer
win.
because it spreads it out. And it's
That's
slow.
really my problem, man.
That I would use.
Yeah, but you have RO water, if I'm not mistaken. You're using Athena, and you know what you're doing. So
Blind Neil.
you're dialed in. Hey, Blind Neil. Yeah, you're definitely dialed in with your grow. I mean, sure, I know shit probably comes up for you sometimes, but you know what you're doing, and the setup. And see, that's where I feel like I'm off because of this water issue. Like until I figure out what's what with my water, I feel like I can't confidently get through a grow. Pets Place default. How's it going? We're just talking about my love whips. They're coming back, and I'm hoping to flip them really, really soon. So they just still don't look pretty. They're not going to. They have yucky leaves now. They're older leaves. Well, they're going to be the older leaves. But there is new growth. They are pretty much strong, except for, when I'm watering to runoff, which apparently I need to do all the time now. That's the part that gets me. Doing that all the time just sounds like such a hassle. And you know how much water a 7-gallon container of Pro Mix can hold? It holds a lot of water. If it's dry and you go to pour that in, you're pouring in and you're pouring in. It took a long time. I don't even remember. I want to say it was probably 2 gallons before I could run off out of it. I can't remember. I typed it in somewhere on my computer because I don't know what to do with that stuff. And me and Athena's doing a thing where they're trying to get people to growers to do trials for them. I went to some R&D thing yesterday they had. It was really interesting, but it's not for me. Indeed, Galaxy. Rest in peace, Tim and Dolly. Absolutely. But yeah, I think it was really good. I would have actually liked it. They had this easy app and stuff. It made a lot of sense. Dude, you did not just tell me to buy dispo weed. I thought you were my friend. Maine.
What?
Friends don't tell friends to buy dispo weed. Oh, that would be awful. I haven't done that in a really long time. I think I was like, maybe this one was in Vegas. I don't remember. Like, please. And usually when you travel, you can find friends that have weed, which is always nice.
You couldn't when you were in Canada.
I know Canada was a whole different story. I love my Canadian friends, but I really didn't know anybody right there in the Niagara Falls area when we went last time. So we ended up we did. That was probably the last time we went to Dispo.
So we pretty much had a nice break little break because I wouldn't even count that as smoking then.
No, it wasn't really good. Oh, hold on, let me look at this. It is, man, it's all too much work. I just want it. That's why I want the self-watering bases to work. Hey, James, how's it going? I really want them to work.
You need a robot? Plant robot?
Yeah. Don't they make robots? No, because then I still love to take care of my plants. It's just the watering part is such a pain in the ass. Like one of those people that I just want to dump and go, and you can't really do. You can do it, but I don't think the plants really care for it. Equation use SIPs.
Don't
What's
grow
that?
like a pothead.
What's that, Galaxy? Like, honestly, I know a lot of people do like those drip irrigation things, but that's too technical.
All those rings?
Yeah, that's
They
too,
go
and you
around.
can't move your plants around. I'm moving my plants around for lighting and for
Well, don't they just
air
unplug them?
circulation. I move them around.
You can move, you just unplug it, move, right?
That sounds like a hassle.
Well, yeah. It's gonna be a little more work.
Dr. T, what's
Get you my poison
happening?
ivy.
How's it going?
Poison ivy.
Boy, you had a long ass. Rob, remember I was watching Dr. T last night before we went to sleep?
Yeah.
This morning I got up, I was watching Dr. T.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't sleep great, but still.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, you guys do some long ass lives. I'd be sleeping on your ass if I tried to stay on that long. You know, remember me and I got myself that sprayer thing to put in the bucket and do the water, and I did it for like, I don't know, a week or two, and it doesn't need charged or anything. Really, that wasn't the problem. It's just was a pain in the ass to lug around. The actual thing was too long on it. I'm tripping over it all the time. It actually ended up being more of a hazard for me. So yeah, somebody hooked me up with the best watering system out there. And then once I get my water tested, and I will get my fucking grows cleaned up and make them look phenomenal.
What did you say you already got them drops to put in it?
Yeah, I got the stuff for the chloramine to get rid of the chloramine.
Neutralizes it? How's that work?
I don't know. You read the
Magic.
bottle. That's what it's recommended for that. For
Just
treatment of
it's
plant
still
water
there, it just
for chloramine.
neutralizes it or something.
So, do you want to go get the bottle instead of asking questions and talking about it? I can't tell you when you're just sitting there blocking away from me getting it.
Where is it?
It should be sitting right up there. Oh, no, it's not. I put it back in the back with the hydrozyme and the pH down. So the only thing that's in here right now is all my pH testing stuff. Because I had recalibrated. Yes, guys, I did not wait for pH calibration corner. I calibrated yesterday, and they needed it. Needed it. Can't talk. Needed it. And you know, it still is really weird to me. Is they're still? I'll calibrate them both, and they'll be calibrated to what they're supposed to be in the solution. Dump all that out. Do that shit, and then I'm checking my runoffs and stuff like that, or checking the water going in, and they're still off by 0.1. And Blue Lab is always 0.1 more than my
Really?
Apera. Always. It's never been different. I can't tell you how many times I'm recalibrating.
Wow.
Especially now that I know how. All right. Anyway, yeah, this is the one I got, and I think Homie had mentioned one of these before. I don't know if it was this brand, but he says he uses these. I remember that. And just so he didn't have to deal with chlorine at all.
Yeah.
Well, that was fine. Chlorine to
And
me
his
was
plants
easy.
look pretty damn good.
Yeah, but he still has issues once in a while too. Come
Yeah,
on,
his
man.
plants look pretty good.
I know my plants look like shit, and I can't keep saying it's my fault. And the thing is I want to correct my water and then find out if I can actually have a really good, successful grow. But I got to figure out what's wrong with it first. But yeah, this didn't even take much for the thing of I put it in today. I think it was 2.5 milliliters is all I needed. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's gonna last a minute.
Yeah.
Which is good because I have to put it in every water now.
What's another fluid to add to it? I mean,
Yeah.
chemical.
But yeah, there's all that. And then I
hope it
figured I
works.
won't get much time probably on Friday to even talk about this stuff because we're going to have a guest on Friday. And then I'm going to do the update. Well, I mean, I guess I will be talking about it because if I'm updating my love whip, Jesse asked me how my indoor grow is going. Well, Jess.
Oh, then I don't even have to watch Fridays then. It's going to be a repeat.
No, it's not going to be a repeat. Well, if you'd let me finish, that's only for the first half hour, and then Wormhole Junction's going to come on. Him and Sam, Sergeant Sam, who's like his partner on the show sometimes, they're going to come on. Because I actually really, I think it's just really interesting.
What?
So I want to hang out. The
With your
swamp grow.
partners?
No, I could care less about that. The swamp grow. And then the bees. And then the worms. Like, first I thought it was just the swamp grow when I first stumbled upon him. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's interesting. It's new. Like he's wearing that thing over his head and
Well, I
mosquitoes
like honey,
everywhere. And
but
he's
I don't
in
like being stung.
Well, no, this is in the swamp when he's tending his cannabis plant, his swamp monster or whatever it's called. So, and he's all geared up for it. And I thought, well, that's pretty fucking cool. I don't know how that's going to turn out. He's in a swamp. All
Oh,
I'm
that's
thinking
all.
is,
That's for the
yeah,
mosquitoes.
no, yes,
That's what he's
that was,
wearing it
yeah,
for.
for that. But he owns it for something
Mosquitoes
else.
must be bad
And
in
Rob
the
is really
swamp.
slow. Actually, I think
But you
he's
said
doing
he
this.
did bees.
Yes, he does, dear.
Honey.
Anyway, oh my God, I'm gonna have to stop you. Stop.
I'm high.
I could tell. Anyway, what are we high smoking on, Rob?
I bet I'm
Tiki
not
Rain.
the only one smoking right now.
Tiki Rain.
Yes.
And that was part of that grow along I did over at the Seed to Harvest podcast. S2H.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, guys, they're donating 2 boxes of this season to cannabis. And I'm really excited about
Cool.
that. That's
That's cool.
like a really super cool gift.
Yeah, it is.
Because they're not, I mean, they're like, they have other stuff in them. And then, and then you can go back if the season's done, which it probably will be, because I think it's an autoflower season. You can go back and go through their content to see what people were doing and what the grows were like and the problems they had and all that. And I said that's why I started making playlists with my grow along stuff and have them all in playlists. So if someone else goes to grow the strains, so you can go back and check it out. If you want to, know how different people did it. In our last grow, we had a lot of different styles of growing. And that's always the most interesting, to see it under different circumstances. The singing and the chicken catching. Oh, yeah. You know what? Poopy Peanuts. I just saw that shirt for the chicken catching, and I have to ask him his secret. How he made it look so simple. So I have to corner mine. They're not as good as they were.
Lots of editing.
Yeah. No, I really don't pick them up that much. I used to.
I was petting Bernadine today. She just let me. She just sat down.
Did she do that squat thing?
Yeah, she was so scared to death. I think that's what it was.
No, that's not why.
She didn't
She's
know what
letting
to
you.
do,
She's
so she
letting
just
you
sat
pet her
there.
though.
Yeah.
Bernadine's letting us pet her. It's funny though. She gets like in position. Line yourself up for the pet.
Feathers feel
Oops.
so weird or so hard. Not like petting a dog.
Some places don't allow you to collect rainwater. I don't think we live in one of those places, Galaxy. And we need to start doing that too. We did find a place that we can buy recycled barrels that are food grade. And they're supposed to be solid. And I want to say aren't they like $100 or something?
60.
Oh, 60? I couldn't remember what it was, but it wasn't bad. And we could get 2 of those because we got the detached
And they're
garage.
professionally cleaned.
Yeah.
Whatever, they put joy in it. That's it.
They professionally clean it. I don't know if you guys can hear them.
Garden hose.
So, I can hear them so well. Oh my gosh. Anyway. Yeah, I forgot about some of that stuff. I can't wait to talk to Sergeant Sam. I've seen 2 of the shows, like I watched some of them back and she was there. So I always like to find out the dynamic, of shows where there's people working together. I don't know, it's just interesting. But I really want to find out why he got into what was he doing worms before he was doing cannabis? Was he doing cannabis, decided to do worms? And then when did bees come in? And like he's got this whole, little world over there. And I think it's pretty cool. So I want to find out more. But I'm just going to hang out and talk and smoke weed. And I'll probably be pretty high. Especially because he's coming on at 6:30, so I'll already be smoking. And we might be smoking Tiki Rain again. Let's see.
Yeah.
We'll see what we got.
Sounds good to me.
I do have more. I have a couple jars. I grew 2 of them, so. But yeah, they weren't good though. When they were first done, I didn't like the way they tasted, so I put them back. Wait. William Bartow, how are you? I just saw you said you were gonna do a Tri-Cross again. We still smoking on our Tri-Cross. I don't like this one. Yeah. I don't like this one as much as my last one I grew. This is the one I said it's really more sour smelling. Like maybe it's got like that lemon or I don't know, something, and it's different. The buds weren't even remotely the same, but it's an autoflower. And it was a different seed pack too, so. Yeah, Tricross is pretty good. Atlas Seeds. I don't remember how I stumbled across that one. I think I picked it up on
Who's
sale
it by?
somewhere. Atlas. And it's not necessarily, and I'm not recommending, I don't like to necessarily recommend brands, certain brands and stuff like that, but I recommend that brand, that strain, that cultivar from that brand. Breeder, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I'm down with that one. Yours was a cat kiss smell to it, or cat piss. I'm gonna guess you meant cat piss. Maybe that's, I don't know. I've had some that really did smell like cat piss.
Ammonia.
And I don't, yeah, that ammonia smell. And definitely don't like the smell of ammonia. Especially not on my weed. Oh, I'm not cleaning my weed. But for smells and stuff like that, I still, Bingus's Platinum Asset 247 Y2K. Oh, how the hell are you? Yeah, Bingus's Platinum Asset is still my favorite right now. It has been, and I'm definitely going to grow more of it. And I think I might actually clone some stuff. But yeah, that one is one I would like to kind of keep in my garden. Of course, I wish they were feminized because I'm lazy as fuck to spend my time like that. ACL, whoa, what's happening? ACL, when I do start some new genetics, I'm going to be using that nice little seed soaking device you gave me. Thank you very kindly for that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is awesome. I appreciate it. And I can't wait to use it. I actually should have technically started seeds, but I'm only using one tent right now. And I would have to use one of the others, and one is general junk storage at the moment, and then the other one is cannabis. It's my cannabis tent. So, multi-purpose, you know. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to move some stuff around so I can like get into one of these tents and start some new stuff. Hey, the 840 show, what's happening? Hope everybody's
Sure,
having
you
a
can
really
take
nice
a
Wednesday.
short break till you're done with projects. Just take a short break of it. You got enough.
No, it's not that we don't have enough, but then there'll be that, I don't know, downtime.
Yeah.
I don't want that downtime. Like, I want to, when finish flowering stuff out and have something else, an auto flower preferably, fill it in and flower, and then I have all these fucking flowers all the time. Because now everything's, I mean, I have one that's going into flower, but they're all veg, and nobody wants to see veg plants that much. we all we all love bud. You know it. Chunky Nugs, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in to say hi. Yeah, autoflowers are cool, man. I like to have them always, but usually I don't let them go this long. Mine are like, I don't know, the ones I have now are like day 38 or something, so I would normally have another one already going. Super closet guy. I used to be a shower grower. Yep. And then I tried growing in a whole big room in the old house in the basement. And we had partitions lined with mylar. So, but that didn't really like work well for photo periods the way it was set up. So it's kind of hard to avoid light leaks. So that didn't last really long. And then I got a cheap tent, and then Rob won a tent. And then we started growing in tents. And I like that. I do. I like having the tents, the private little areas of containment. I mean, they're not totally contained. We all know that. We know you have to be careful. If you have an issue in one, you don't fuck around in the other one. You know, you just don't do that. You gotta keep your shit together. Like right now, I got nothing else going on. So my tent is wide open with a thing across it because the dehumidifier has been running a lot to keep up with the fact that it's humid. We've had a lot of rain and that I'm flooding my plants. I know it's not called flooding, it's called flushing. So, but I'm not really. I'm just watering now to run off. The flushing part is over. I did the flush thing, figured them out. And no, I'm just running to water. Watering to run off. And Maine, you know how, if you're still here, I always had problems about figuring out by lifting them, you know, if they were too dried back or just dry enough. I could never figure that out. It usually went too long, and that's not good with autos. Oh, and then I have one of those little meter things, and it's not really accurate all the time. I guess the way it hits the Pro Mix in different areas, it just, things don't connect, and it can't get that reading. I started using wooden skewers just to start getting from, I don't know, trying to like pay more attention and sticking a wooden skewer in, wait a little bit, take it out and see where it's wet. And you could tell the wood absorbs up the moisture on it. I have one sitting here now. This is a used one. You can tell it has a little bit of dirt on the bottom, but it's already dried out. So stick it in, wait a bit. It's a cheap idea, and it's what I had, and it works. I'm like, and then I'm trying really hard to figure out the weight thing. But since now I'm gonna water these things to run off, then it's hard not to know, at least when you're doing a total water like that, it's in versus doing little waters here and there. You can't really keep track when you're doing little waters here and there, how much a plant's really taking. So now I can see better how much water my plants are drinking. So that's how I know they're okay too, because they're drying back. They're drinking that water. So, which I'm thrilled about. 12 by 30 greenhouse. That's pretty cool, man. My greenhouse didn't go so well this year. I got 2 little autoflowers out of it, and then I killed the last 2. So, one for powdery mildew and one for spider mites. I really did not have very many spider mites, but I had like tried self-cleaning the leaves with the little, I used like an alcohol water mix, and then just took like a damp paper towel, wiped them all, and that was the only treatment I was really going to give them. I wasn't going to spray anything on them. They're in flower. I figured I'd wipe off what I can, maybe kill whatever in the process. So, but 2 days later, go out to do a little inspection, I, found more, like 2 more spider mites. And that was kind of it. I'm like, I'm not going to sit here wiping these things all the time. I don't need the weed. I'm running all these damn fans out there because of high humidity and the temperatures, and it's like, why am I spending the extra money when I thought it was not going to cost me anything extra beyond the greenhouse? Boy, was I wrong about that. So next year I'm planning accordingly, as best I can. PHX channel, long time no see. How are you? Yeah. Man, I'm really high already. I needed this break, though. I needed a high break. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for a high break. It's your first year? I've been growing for a while. I really have no excuses, but except for the part where I tried a lot of different stuff. And I say that was probably what I spent the most time as a, waste in growing, was trying different things. Just like fucking figure something out. Don't keep bouncing all over the place. And don't be like, oh, I don't know. If you really don't understand how the nutrients work, if you're like me and you just can follow directions, fucking follow directions. I mean, some people can read a plant, know how to do everything, and some of us really struggle with that. So I'm getting better. I'm definitely getting better. So. But I just want one of those ace grows where from like start seed to fucking harvest, I want it to be beautiful. And I'm like, man, when was the last time that happened? Oh, we've been talking about this. Now I'm in Pro Mix with Athena, and I'm pHing right now at 6 to 6.1 for what I'm doing now. But I'm coming out of a problem with the root zone, so doing flushing and testing runoff and all that, and there was issues, and I have chloramine in my water, I found out, blah blah blah. So, and I'm not gonna bottom feed them anymore, so they're done, because I run into issues with that too, the way it takes up the nutrients and leaves too much in the upper layer. And then me not being a top water and watering it through to runoff, I let it dry back. So think about all the nutrient up there, and considering the fact that it started from being top fed too. So all that stuff just sitting there, and then I let it dry back, and then it crystallizes in all the little whatever, you know. It's not good for your root zone. So what I need to is to get my water checked. Yeah, if any deficiency I had, CalMag, which I think magnesium was probably a problem, is lockout from what had happened, because it was getting this same stuff it always gets. I follow Athena's plan pretty much. Right now I'm not. Right now they're all on half newts, just trying to. I'm not ready to give a full newts next one, because they were having such everything's sitting there when the runoff was double what was going in, coming out, and everything was nasty. But it is better. It is getting better. Just takes so much time. You know, 840 show. I have grown in other mediums. So, one of my favorites before this was Mother Earth groundswell. So, but I had germination issues with those, or getting seeds coming up a lot of times because it was such a heavy, dense stuff. But yeah, I mean, people that have all the living soil and stuff, I thought I had a little bit, you know, even though I'm in Pro Mix with Athena, I still use, you know, with the mycorrhiza I added in, my worm castings. I feel like I love my roots, so I want to take care of the roots and put them in the best environment I can. But at the same time, I really do like it to be easy. So I don't, anybody that knows me knows that I need it to just be kind of simplified. John, the neighbor, how are you today? Happy Wednesday. But yeah, I hope to have a good report for you guys soon, and I hope to tell you maybe by this weekend that I can flip them to flower, so we'll see. But I am gonna hop off here now. 1, 2, 3, Fat Bud, how you doing? I hope you had a great birthday. My birthday is next week. 6-0. Oh my god, I'm gonna be 60. You see why I'm trying to simplify things? I'm getting too old for this shit. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Then I'm trying to get some nice canopies on those while they're sitting there doing nothing. My god. And thanks, shout out to EE if he's out there somewhere, who gifted me some bud trainer stuff. So that's how I had those little clips. And I appreciate him for that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna sign off. And then, you guys have an excellent day. I will be back on Friday. I think I posted a link thing for it. So if you want to come see where I'm at by then, which is probably the same. Especially if I don't chop off the top to expose anything nice underneath. I know I can't do that. It's not the right thing to do. And then of course we're going to have Wormhole Junction. And I really wonder where he's at with this Swamp Thing. I mean, come on, man. How you not got PM? All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Much love.